The Warriors' off-season barrage continues. After signing one of the league's most underrated players in Kyle Anderson, they continue to make big moves to surround Stephen Curry with some of the best role players in the league. This latest signing, one of the league's premier shooters who stands right next to Stephen Curry as having the most threes in the last 5 seasons. Hey, what's happening, everyone? This is Swish Culture. With Curry about to enter the last 2 years of his contract and his ability to be the first option on a team seemingly coming to a close, the franchise is going all out to provide some of the best help they can to the team's biggest ever superstar. With Klay Thompson no longer in the picture, they need a reliable shooter that can make those outside shots. So what do the Warriors do? Go right back to the islands to grab yet another Bahamian player to do just that. A 31-year-old Buddy Hield is exactly the kind of player the Warriors needed to fill that gap. Now, while Buddy doesn't have the accolades we attribute to Klay, perhaps after today's video, you'll understand exactly how Buddy can contribute to the Warriors making another 1 or even 2 championship runs over the next couple of years. This isn't the Bob Myers show anymore. This is Mike Dunleavy Jr. going at the league's neck. So if you'd like to hear more, be sure to watch the whole video. Just don't forget to like the video and subscribe to Swish Culture for the most analytical and entertaining NBA content on the planet. Now get ready. You're about to get One of the biggest issues for Golden State this offseason has been the fact that they are hard capped. This means they are unable to sign free agents outright because they're not allowed to go over the luxury taxes due to sign and trade deals, as well as cash transactions resulting in the reacquisition of their second round draft pick. Now that is a video that I've been working on and will be releasing soon. However, the team lost a lot of salary cap due to the departure of Jordan Poole last season, which obviously resulted in Chris Paul and Klay Thompson this offseason. While salary dumps help the team pay less, it also creates a problem resulting in who you're able to sign and on what deals. Now, Buddy Hield's acquisition was also a sign and trade done with the Philadelphia 76ers in a deal that saw the Warriors send the 2031 Dallas second round pick they just received for Klay Thompson. In effect, it was the final piece in that sign and trade for Klay. The Warriors sent Klay to Dallas, received 2 second round picks, one which they sent out for Kyle Anderson, the other they sent out in exchange for Buddy Hield, making this a 4-team trade. The Warriors are signing Hield to a multi-year deal with a structured contract that gives the Warriors lots of flexibility. This is basically an anemic version of the Klay Thompson contract. Hield is guaranteed $18 million over the first 2 years and an additional $3 million in the third year, bringing the total guaranteed amount to $21 million. The 4th year comes with a player option for Hield on a non-guaranteed contract, giving both he and the Warriors a ton of flexibility further on down the road. So what made the Warriors move on Buddy? Well, aside from leading the league in three-pointers made over the last 5 years alongside Stephen Curry, let's take a look at how else he's been a problem for the league. They say availability is the best ability. The 6'4" guard was drafted with the 6th overall pick back in 2016 by the New Orleans Pelicans, and since then, Hield has only missed a total of 5 games. Over the course of his career, Hield has averaged 40% shooting from 3, shooting over 43% in 2018 while with the Sacramento Kings. He then became the fastest player to hit 1,000 threes in his career. This past season, shared between the Pacers and 76ers, however, has been one of his lower shooting seasons, hitting at just under 39%. What I did notice is that Hield has trouble shooting above 40% in transition years. That is, years when he goes to a new team or where he doesn't finish the season with a team. Those years have lower shooting averages. In order for him to thrive with the Warriors, keeping his game simple, setting him screens, and letting him get open looks will be his best bet. But don't expect him to come out firing from day one. If he does, that will be an exception and a great problem for the Warriors to have. I'd expect him to require a bit of time to work up to his form and get used to playing with the Warriors. He's also never had a teammate like Steph Curry, so this again might be one of the best shooting years for Hield, so keep that in mind. He's also made over 200 threes for 6 straight seasons, hitting a career high of 288 threes in 2023 while playing for the Pacers. That same year, he shot them at just under 43% efficiency. The point is that the Warriors just signed a player that will be fully capable of being that knockdown 3-point shooter next to Stephen Curry or even in the second unit. This will be the opportunity Buddy Hield never had to play alongside a true shooting superstar that can help him get those open looks and really take his game to the next level if there is a next level for him to get to. While Buddy isn't prime Klay Thompson, the lines are a bit blurred in these waning seasons, and one thing of note is that Hield does not bring any drama, has no ego, is willing to come off the bench, is a truly humble player, and in my experience, focused solely on doing the right thing to help the team win. Despite his many trades, he's a player that can bring a lot to the team in terms of selflessness and veteran leadership. So despite all this great shooting, why has Buddy Hield been passed around so many times? What are the negatives? Firstly, Hield was traded in his rookie season from the New Orleans Pelicans to the Sacramento Kings for DeMarcus Cousins. Considering DeMarcus Cousins was a superstar, that is still a pretty big deal. Secondly, after 5 years with the Kings, Hield was traded to the Pacers along with Tyrese Haliburton in exchange for Sabonis. Prior to that trade, the Kings had tried moving from Hield because they didn't trust him to execute in late-game situations. Hield called out the fact after he was benched late in a game the team ended up losing, and the Kings subsequently replaced him with Bogdanovic. While he apologized to the team and everyone the next day, the Kings decided he wasn't a piece they could win with, so they ended up trading him. He started a majority of his games with the Pacers in his first full year with the team, and despite setting a franchise record for the number of threes made, was traded mid-season to the Philadelphia 76ers for Furkan Korkmaz and picks. This means he was still valued. The Sixers were looking for improved three-point shooting as they'd been shooting 31% from distance, and the Pacers, knowing that this was a contract year, didn't want to sign Buddy for what he would be worth. They'd have to sign Pascal Siakam to an enormous contract. They still have to pay Haliburton, and on top of that, Miles Turner as well. This was purely a business move. They knew this move would hurt the team's performance, but they were willing to risk it on the acquisition of Siakam as well as the expectation that Andrew Nembhard would be able to step up into a starting role. Lastly, why are the 76ers getting rid of him? Well, considering this was a sign and trade deal, Buddy Hield as a free agent had his pick of what team he wanted to go to. As such, he chose to play at Golden State, seeing the vacuum left by Klay Thompson, and his camp as well as Golden State worked the deal out with Philly. With Philly having acquired Paul George, they didn't really have a need for Buddy Hield as he was a temporary fix. The big three of George, Embiid, and Maxey provides plenty of firepower, so there were limited available funds to pay Hield, an offer he couldn't refuse. His role on the Warriors will likely be much more than he'd have on the 76ers, and considering his catch-and-shoot style, this is something that would work great with Steve Kerr's style of play. While the intent isn't necessary to have him as a starter, I wouldn't be surprised if he develops early chemistry with Steph and starts in the 2 spot to help space the floor. That will all depend on how the rest of the offseason shakes out, as well as how Moses Moody performs in training camp going into the new season. A lineup of Curry, Buddy, Kuminga, Draymond, and Markkanen is something the Warriors could see this upcoming year. I'm assuming that if Markkanen joins, then Moses Moody is more than likely gone, as is Wiggins. The latest on that is the Warriors sent the Jazz a really good offer for Markkanen that is based on a lot of picks. So if the Jazz accept, this will give the Warriors and Stephen Curry an offensive boost coming into next season. Defense might be a question, but this team would have plenty of firepower to offset a lot of teams in the same way the Pacers did last season. Let me know what you guys think of this lineup and whether or not they can be competitive. Post your thoughts in the comments below. Before that though, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on all your notifications so you don't miss any of my latest uploads. Thanks for watching. Till next time. Swoosh.